Okay, please request permission to record from the meeting host.
How the hell do I give you permission?
Irene, not on a PG podcast.
Okay.
Wait, can everyone turn their volume down for like a second? Just like very, very low. I want to try this out.
Oh, good.
I like, even though my volume was down, I could actually hear that. Bobby, how do I grant you permission to record?
I don't know. It says I don't have permission.
Well, oh my god,
great.
wait. Can I allow record? Okay,
Host
is anyone else?
record meeting.
Does
Alright,
anyone
I have
else
started the
want to
recording.
record?
Irene,
Alright,
ready for future editing. This is the synchronization. 3, 2,
I'm on
1.
my phone.
Okay, so we'll just have 2 people then.
Alright, cool.
Alright, fun.
Do we both want to stay on the gallery view, or what do we want to do? Like one person does one angle.
One person should do speaker view, other person should do gallery view.
I'll do gallery angle.
Are you serious? I don't want to stare at my face
Too
for
bad.
some time.
You just stare at whoever's talking.
We'll just switch it up sometimes, okay? Sometimes I'll switch to speakers.
And the podcast starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
It's
Welcome
like you're
to our
supposed to say
podcast.
5, 4, 3,
was-
and then do the Freddie Benson.
Shut up.
Oh
we
my
don't
god,
do
wait,
that.
no, wait,
5,
stop. Wait,
4, 3,
no.
2.
Wait, I have a thing. Just give me one moment. Hold on.
Oh, that
Okay,
was
you a thing now. All right.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I have the Hollywood movie clapper thing.
Oh gosh, nice.
I'm sorry, I'm extra.
You ready for YouTube fame now?
Hold on, I'm gonna erase this because I hate it and I didn't change the date for a while. Okay, should we? Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of the Far Outs podcast. I am Bobby.
Are we introducing ourselves again?
We have a special guest, so we have to introduce ourselves. Irene. That's
okay,
Irene.
well, I'm Irene. Hi.
Bobby, stop pointing because different people have different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm the one that's
Everyone
recording.
yell their name at the same time. Ready? 1, 2.
All right. Anyway,
Okay, why don't we just introduce, because everyone knows who we are, like by our voice,
No.
I think.
Shvet hasn't been here before.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, though. And then afterwards, we can just say we have 2 guests. Well,
All right,
Shveta's not a guest because she's going to be here for a while. And so is Sanjana. I really don't care, but...
Nice, thanks. I don't really care. That's always good.
Okay. All right. Sanjana's here. You don't know her, but she's here. She's a guest.
She's our special guest for
I
that.
And
Thank you.
Shveta,
Yeah.
who was supposed to be here, but wasn't, is here now officially. So,
Nice.
you guys want to do a cookie cutter introduction or no? No.
I like long walks on the beach.
What's your favorite
I-
color?
That's a loaded question. I like purple.
That's great.
Purple isn't a real color.
Thank you for that.
Stop breaking our
Bobby?
dreams.
You were in physics class too. You know purple isn't a real color.
I like
What?
to deny myself the truth, okay? Don't give me facts, okay? I'm not here for that. Like Blanche Dubois once said, I don't want facts, I want magic.
By the way, as you guys can see,
Exactly.
COVID has gotten worse, so we are doing a Zoom call instead of meeting up in person.
Oh, yeah, because...
So that's why we decided to do this.
Yeah,
It's a
so if
vibe.
the quality is bad,
It's
Blame it
COVID.
on Irene.
it's
Not
not
ours.
our fault.
It's not our fault.
Blame it on Irene.
Right. Definitely not. Okay.
Also, you're seeing our faces for the first time if you haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Some of our faces, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we don't have a topic because we don't feel like having one. So does anyone want to just
I have
drop
a
a
topic
random
we can
fact?
discuss.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Cringy experiences that have happened to you.
What was that? I didn't get the first word.
And cringy experiences, like, have you ever had an encounter with a nice guy or a neckbeard?
Oh, no. I don't.
What?
I feel like I could get this guy arrested if I say this.
Just change the name.
I don't know his name, though, actually. But
His name, Jeff.
yeah, well, his name will be Jeff.
His name's not actually Jeff. We're changing it for Anonymity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to
Yes,
start
Bobby,
off
that
with
was
my
heavily
story.
implied.
All right, who wants? Who wants to start? I don't actually have. I'm curious.
I'll start.
Okay.
Cool.
So should I talk about the first one? Is very, very brief. Once a guy catcalled me while I was walking home from middle school.
Ooh.
I was very obviously a middle schooler too. To anyone who actually like remembers me from middle school, it was pretty clear I was a middle schooler. So I got catcalled, and then I started crying because that was the first time I've ever gotten catcalled. And that was just like, yeah, he was a neckbeard. It was a car full of like, it was a Jeep. It was a Jeep Wrangler with like 3 different guys just like hanging out of the window, yelling at me. So that was cool. And the second time a guy sent me, I'm not going to say his name because people probably know him. A guy sent me like a paragraph long text over our school laptops in freshman year confessing his undying love to me. And he told other people that we were dating even though we weren't dating. And so that's why everyone over at East thought I was dating this guy, even though I wasn't. And to this day, some people still don't believe me that I was never dating him. So that was cool.
Understandable.
It was a fun time.
That's
you know-
very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Kate, were they like older? Like how old are we talking about? Like high
So
school?
Sanjana's gonna go find them now.
They were like at least college aged. I couldn't tell them because they were like speeding by in my neighborhood, 25-mile-per-hour zone. They were like speeding by. So like I know that one of them did have a beard. So who knows? They could be a literal neck beard.
Great.
But yeah, they were at least college aged.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I feel like our cringe. I don't know, because this is cringy. But is this too serious?
yeah, this is going.
Right,
was like-
mine is kind of. I don't want to say it's related, but it's like a little bit. It's
Oh
uncomfy.
God, we're going a dark path. All right.
I mean, it makes you cringe when you think back on it. I think the cringiest part was that I was so overwhelmed that I started crying in my driveway.
Well, that's
fine.
not.
That's
your fault.
Accurate response.
It was unfair to put that. Like honestly, I probably, because of just stupid patriarchy, I probably wouldn't encounter that. But if I did, I would also probably break down crying because I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, from
Closest
another
I've got
person's
is-
perspective, that's just sad.
Yeah, the closest I've gotten, and I'm assuming you've all had similar experiences, is when someone on Instagram just randomly requests to follow you, and their profile picture is just someone naked, and it's just like, I'm obviously underage, so literally I could get you arrested for this.
Oh my
yeah.
God, I've gotten
And, like,
so many instances where literal dads, like dad age, it's really awkward. You know, like I think I've said this on like the first one, like just for fun, but like I've gotten multiple requests to pay me $5,000 a week, which we all know, you know, why I would get paid $5,000 a week. But it was very odd. Let me tell you, it's ugh. And it's also like you don't know how to talk to people. Like talk to people your age. I'm clearly not like in your age range. I'm clearly if you think I'm 18, like okay, you're off, but also like I'm not 50. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
I
Anyway.
actually had an experience at my cousin's wedding. I always find this story really funny. So I sat down. I was wearing a tuxedo, and because of that, I looked a lot older. I looked like I was in college because I'm just tall. And so a waitress comes behind me, and it was all dark because it was all dancing and stuff. And he put a beer right in front of me. I thought that was super funny. Of course, I was like, I can't have this. I'm underage. But I thought it was so funny that somebody thought I was an actual adult. Because on the inside, I'm an actual child.
I would have handed it to my dad. I don't think I would have said anything. I'd be
Actually,
like,
to be completely honest, I didn't notice. My mom was just like, I'm going to just take that. And I was like, oh, that was there? Okay, cool. I don't even want it.
Oh, missed opportunity. Come on, Bobby. Missed opportunity.
I'm a
you should have
good
gone
boy.
wild.
I don't condone the badness.
I think
Unless I do my
recently
best, honestly.
the cringiest story was when so you know, I was following all the regulations. My parents were too. We went to the beach last Tuesday. We were wearing masks. Don't worry about it. We decided to not go in the water because coronavirus and we weren't close to anyone. But you know, I was wearing a bathing suit, as you do.
No, Irene, you're supposed to wear all your
Right?
clothes in a parka when you go swimming. You know that.
Obviously, yeah. So I was wearing a bathing suit, as you do at a beach, because everyone else is mostly everyone else is also half naked. So, you know, I was minding my own business. My mom were like, whoa, I just glitched out. My mom and I were both, we wanted to just take a walk, like, along the beach, you know? And this, like, 50-year-old man out of nowhere, we're standing there and he just walks in front of us. Oh, he was wearing sunglasses too, which was even creepier. And he stands in front of me. He looks me up and down, stares at me for 2 seconds, and then walks away. And I'm like,
Ew.
Oh. I don't think my mom noticed. I feel like she would have said something. But, like, I'm really glad that my mom was there. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. I freaked out a little in the car.
I mean, understandable.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
This doesn't have to go along those lines. I have a story. So I've mentioned this before, and I try not to mention this a lot. I feel like I do anyway, but I mention this because it's a big part of my life. I have autism, and I'm not that good. I'm not good with physical contact, non-consensual physical contact. Mm-hmm. So I was at Hershey Park, right? And they have this ride where it's like you get on and it's like a shooter game where you shoot these little beams of light it's like called Reese's Extreme Cup Challenge or something like that. And I'm waiting in line, and this couple has all these kids, and they just let these kids climb around on me after I asked them to stop multiple times.
Ew.
Like they were crawling in between my legs and pulling on my legs, playing like a game of tag or something. I'm like, ma'am, please get your kids off of me. I'm uncomfortable. And they didn't. So long story short, my dad is a literal angel, and he took me to the arcade afterward to help me de-stress.
That's nice.
That's
like,
wow.
I hate that parents are like don't care about their kids at all and just let them do whatever.
That's such an entitled like Karen mother sort of thing. Like, you know, when people are like, "Excuse me, my son wants your Nintendo Switch. Please give it to my son now." And it's like, no, ma'am, it's my Nintendo Switch.
As a gamer, TM, if anyone ever tries to like claim my Xbox, they're gonna have to fight me in honorable combat for it.
Okay, Bobby.
By honorable, I mean I'm gonna rig it so I keep it.
Okay.
That's how it's done.
Honor.
Yeah, parents, some parents just don't know what they're doing with kids. I'm not
Karen.
saying that I can tell you what to do with your kids, because I'm not a parent. But, like...
Yeah, I guess you can't say that I'd be a better parent,
because... As a person who was once a kid.
Speaking of cringy appearances.
As a person who has parents, I can safely say.
Wow.
Anyway.
So,
I interrupted someone.
So we're talking about cringy stuff. Karens. Any experience with Karens?
Let me think.
Before I do that, let me preface. We're not saying anyone named Karen fits the thing Karen. Because I have an Aunt Karen, and she's very sweet and nice.
Obviously.
A Karen isn't a person. It's a behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So have you ever had any experience with Karens?
I don't
know, but I think the best Karen in the world is Plankton's wife.
Yes. Right.
We met.
Queen Karen.
Yes, but
it does not miss.
Trying to think, because I know I've encountered them before, but I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah,
some of our
I can't either.
Can be like that.
Oh, well, I don't know if I can call this. This was just like a racist thing, which parents are most of the time, racist, homophobic, all of it. But like, okay, so a few years ago, the place where I used to live, the power went out for because we had a snowstorm in October, so the power went out for a really long time at our house, and we had to live in a hotel for a good week, and we would go downstairs to eat breakfast, as you do. So I went down with my mom, and the waitress came up to us. She wasn't older, she was just a young waitress, but the people got their food before us when we were the first ones in. Everyone else got their food before us, even though we ordered first. And when we asked her, like when my mom asked her, she was like, okay, I'll be right out with your food. We would wait like another 10 minutes, and then she would come out, and like my mom ordered oatmeal, and it would just be so cold, like so just crusty oatmeal, and it was gross.
Ew.
I can't say for sure if she was, being racist. My mom's Asian. Everyone else knows this except for the listeners. But I don't know if it was because of racism or if it was just because she was being, but both, I guess. I don't know.
Since we're on the topic of racism, I don't know if this classifies as racism either, but when I first came here, like, I didn't exactly like have friends like Irene and Yumi and Rachel. Like, I met Yumi and Rachel in like October.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first month, like, I was like looking around for friends, and like there's this one kid in our grade who still goes to school with us, but like I sat with him and his friends in the first day of school, and I had my lunch. You guys know that I eat Indian food for lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
my mom makes my food for me, so I'm privileged enough to have that. But they just looked at me, and they looked at my food, and I was like, you can't look at me with your white
You can't look at me with your white everything.
judgment and say that and give me that face that says that my food looks disgusting, because it's not.
You know what I think is the stupidest thing ever? Eating peas. No, you know what I think is the stupidest thing ever? Is the fact that like all of us grew up in an area where like it's just, we're used to like, even if you're white, like you're used to seeing people who are Indian because that's just the way how our area is. So why would you look at someone and just be shocked? Like,
it was even like the strangest thing. Like I wasn't even eating like really really spicy stuff that I give to like Yumi and she cries. Not that kind of stuff.
Not. Yumi just refuses.
The thing is, when I first
it was like normal like bread stuff that like Indian bread stuff, and they were looking at me like I had a bomb or something. Like,
can you legally say that?
When I first met Shweta and we started eating lunch, when I saw her food, I wasn't like offended about it. I was just curious. I was like, I've never seen anything like that. What is that?
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between being curious and being like,
you get out about like friends, because like when I got to like Irene, Yumi, and Rachel, I was like, oh yes, my fellow Asians.
Oh, dude. See,
is that why we all became friends? Because we're all Asian?
That's wild.
That's the thing though, because I mean, I guess middle school to high school, you are still growing up, but I only lived in the same area from middle school to high school and, onward. But I grew up in a place where there were predominantly white people. And I mean like white people like
Me.
Yeah, but Bobby, you're respectful at least.
Yes.
I'm talking about like they've never seen an Asian in their life type of white people. Okay. Maybe in the movies, like, Mulan, but that's about it.
Okay. They saw Crazy Rich Asians and they were like, oh, that's what they are.
That's what an Asian looks like. Oh, I was always wondering. So they would ask me the most bizarre questions. And they would also make fun of the fact that my eye shape isn't technically Asian, but it's like a mixture, because I'm mixed.
Irene, we can see your eyes.
I know, but I just need to tell people that sometimes, because people just kept on making comments when I was in elementary school, like they would make fun of the fact that I have Asian eyes, and I'm like, okay, well, like, what about it? They would ask, oh, do you eat dog? And I'm like, bruh, no, like, I don't eat dog. Why do you eat cow? Like, relax. Anyway, it just really made me mad, because it's like, first of all, your parents should be teaching you to not say these things about people who are different.
Speaking of like moving here stories,
yeah.
When I first moved here, I moved here at a time where like everyone had already formed their own like clique in their own group, so I was kind of the outcast. Even before that, people would always just try, and it's like, I don't know how to say this without sounding wrong, but take advantage of me, like not in a like, that way, but like the way like they would try and have jokes at my expense, and because like I was so desperate for friends, I would like, they would be like, I remember one time before I moved here, back in 2nd grade, there were a bunch of these older kids because my old school was a charter school and had the great idea to let's take all the gifted kids and instead of, helping them and doing all that stuff, we take all of them, all the ones in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and we put them all in one room. What could go wrong, right? So they did that.
No.
And so some of the 7th graders, I was doing math with some of the 7th graders. I was learning 7th grade math at 2nd grade. So obviously it was a little bit difficult. So we were doing this, and I was working really hard, but I was a smart kid, so I was able to do it. But halfway through, they started saying, "You guys see that in the corner? I think it's Bloody Mary coming from the wall." No, it was something. It was like the Grimace or something coming from the walls. And I was like, "Where?" And they're like, "Oh, it just left." And then they kept doing that over and over again until one time they said, "Oh my God, it's about to grab Bobby!" And I started screaming, and they all just started erupting in laughter, and I felt really stupid and dumb.
Oh God, I hate.
Sanj,
I would beat them up
the kill
for
list?
you.
Yeah, we would all beat them up at the same time.
Yeah.
Bleep that out, Irene.
Another experience I remember was it was the stupidest thing. So you guys remember the cheese stuff, right? Everyone has.
Oh
it.
yeah.
So there was this one thing I didn't know what that was because I just didn't. And one day somebody just touched me and they were like, "You have cheese, you have touch, you have the cheese touch." And so I had a good friend. I'm not gonna say his real name, but let's call him John because that's a generic name. He was just like, "Just tag me. It's a stupid game anyway." Or he said something, but it was like I think he said like a bad word, but like obviously we don't care. He was like in 7th grade for context.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the bigger kids that was nice to me, and it turned into this huge thing. Like I don't have very many memories of it, but one thing I do remember was standing at the top of the hill during recess and looking down, and there was literally a giant circle of people discussing because they thought he said a bad word. It was really stupid, and the whole time I was just trying to comfort my friend because people were like bullying him for saying a bad word. Like, and I'm certain, I am absolutely certain it wasn't like a really bad one, like the ones you can get in a lot of trouble for saying.
Okay.
Speaking of cursing, this one kid in 2nd grade made the librarian cry.
What?
You're not a winner if you make cry.
I went to a really public school in the city where I used to live, but this one kid, his name was Lincoln, by the way. So great start.
Lincoln Log.
Abraham Lincoln.
But people actually made fun of him for
being not to make fun of them.
And
Lincoln Log.
He knew every curse word in the book.
Him.
That's how I learned my curse words. And he literally goes up to the what's his face? Not the principal, sorry. The principal actually likes him. But the librarian is very, very sensitive.
Oh.
So he's like, "Hey, Lincoln, can you study? This is library time. It's supposed to be quiet." And he just starts F-bombing so much. And calling out his family and then the librarian, he just starts bawling.
Oh no!
This 2nd grader made this 34-year-old man cry, and then he had to leave the classroom, so we were stuck there.
I'm sorry, but that's actually funny.
Bad way.
It's not funny in the way that
there was some 5th graders over there too.
This episode has to be titled "Old School" now because we're talking about old school stuff. It has to be.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, so I have another school story. So back in middle school,
wait, instead of done.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
It's okay. But there were some 5th graders there. My brother was there too. Back when we both went to the same school. And my brother just gave me this look like, "Oh my God." And then he came back. Mr. Tierney came back, and he was washed his face and everything. And he just got so red in the face and said, "Lincoln, get out of my classroom and never come back."
He's Stan.
So Lincoln was banned from the library.
He was banned from the library.
That's my goal in life.
I just imagine the librarian got a restraining order on the kid.
Get that thing away from me.
That's the devil right there.
Okay.
All right. Can I go my story now?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, my best friend before I moved here was a girl, and that shouldn't be a problem. But at my old school, it was. I got mocked relentlessly for having a best friend that was female when I was a boy. So much so that one day I would try to sit in that back of the bus, and they told me many expletives and to go sit in the front because I was gay.
Whoa.
Oh, gosh.
Nice.
Don't worry, Bobby. We'll claim you if you want.
We'll call you gay if you want us to. It's fine.
Yeah.
I will be an honorary member.
The honorary
Sure.
day.
Like, but yeah, it was. I didn't know what that meant. Oh, that reminds me of another time. That reminds me of a funny story. Okay. So the guy earlier, John, he was like my best friend, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know what the term gay meant. So I thought it meant that you love somebody
Taylor
as a
Swift.
friend. But they told me that it meant love someone as a friend. So it was like, are you gay for John? I was like, if it means love as a friend, yeah, I guess I am. And they tortured me for like a year after that.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
Why are people the way
You
they
called
are?
that a funny story?
It was a sad story. Like, oh, and okay, this is the last one. So at the old school, right?
Bob
There
has
were
a
a
lot.
bunch of Hispanic kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Irene, prepare to do some censoring, okay?
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
So they told me they told me that the word Spanish, delinas, meant ice cream. And they told me, Bobby, you like licking delinas? Do you like putting your tongue on it? And I was like, it means ice cream, right? And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I do. And they started laughing and crackling up. So I went to one of the girls whose brother was there, and I asked her what the word actually meant. It meant, and they were just, because I was just a stupid kid. They tried to do the same, they tried again the next day with the word caca, which obviously is, you can figure that one out.
People suck.
What school was this again?
No pun
This was a
intended.
private
Wait,
Does
academy.
anyone
I
know
went to for years.
lobotomy? Like,
Sorry?
you health and med kids. Do you know lobotomy? Like, they need.
I don't think they need a lobotomy yet. Maybe now, probably. It's been
Sad
years,
part is, I
so.
could go on and on about all these horror stories.
I'm gonna be honest. I really hate my old school. I really hate it a lot. Like, I didn't realize that people were. I don't know if I can call it bullying. Is it because I wasn't bothered by it until like. Well, I was bothered.
Still,
by
it was.
it.
I guess we'll do the same thing as murder. It's attempted bullying.
Sure, yeah, because I wasn't bothered by it at the time. It was just like something I had to deal with. It was just weird because I was like, the quiet kid. I was an outcast, but whatever. It is what it is.
Edgelord.
Yeah, I was an edgy second grader.
Oh, wow.
No, I wasn't.
Already, no.
It really wore justice. How edgy can you be wearing justice?
I wore my mom's hand knitted sweaters back in second grade.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's cute.
Yeah,
That's
I was
crazy.
Did anyone else have those flower ones? The flower sandals that had like a big giant flower on like the top?
I think I did.
I think I had at one point.
That. Oh my god.
Did you guys
I
have
did,
light
yeah.
up sneakers? Did you guys have
I
light up
did,
sneakers?
but I got
my
the
God.
sneakers. I got twinkle toes, but I got them for the phone that came in the box. And I wore them like once or twice, and my mom was like, I'm so disappointed. I spent so much money on those twinkle toes, and the only thing you use the only thing you used in that box is that phone. So that was the first time I got guilt tripped.
I don't know if they were twinkle toes, but I got the I don't know, my friend and I both had them because this was in preschool, I think. I got ones that they were Ariel ones. I don't know, dude.
Queen.
I don't know. My friend had the Snow White ones. My best friend from preschool. It's crazy that we still like kind of talk a little bit. It feels weird because it's been like 12 years. Anyway.
Did anyone else's school go through that weird phase where everyone wanted to have those rollerblades shoes?
You mean Heelys?
Yeah,
dude, I still want Heelys.
No, but
I'm 17 and I want Heelys.
they got
right
banned at my school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got.
Kids
And then,
get them running into
it was
walls.
it was like the week after like 3 bands got banned. But
So the thing about my old school was the culture was like a month behind all the other schools. So like I would think things were still cool when they weren't. So like I missed when I moved from one school to another, I missed like a 4-month chunk of like just our culture. Like,
listen, let me tell you, if I'm like, at a grocery store or something, or any public place, and I see a guy who like is kind of my type, and he's wearing Heelys, makes it way more attractive. Let me tell you this right now. He
That's
has to
very
be like
true.
as old as me or like a little older. You know what I'm saying? What?
All the simps are gonna start wearing Heelys. What have you done?
No one simps for me. Let's be honest. I don't think
That's
I'm
the
here.
joke, Irene.
Oh my god, Taylor.
I'm getting all the attention from the simps. It's me.
Obviously,
Yeah, it's all
Irene,
I'm
I simp
uncomfy.
for you.
I don't like
Taylor
that.
has creepy fan mail.
Irene, I would be a tier 3 subscriber for you. Don't worry, baby girl. I would.
Don't tell her, baby girl.
Mi amor.
Mon chéri.
Mon chéri.
Oh my god. If someone walks if like the future of flirting and pickup lines is I simp for you, I'm gonna oh boy.
I'm gonna coin that term. I'm gonna coin it right now.
Okay.
Wait, this is probably really dumb, but what does simp mean? Because I'm just very.
So, okay, no, I have an example. I have an
that's
example.
nice.
I have an example.
I got this one. Okay, I
No,
already I got this.
My
No.
example.
Wait, let me explain it first.
Okay, fine.
The simp is basically a person who is absolutely obsessed with a woman to a point like, where it's really creepy.
Oh my god, that means that I had a simp. The one who sent me that paragraph text.
Oh
Yes,
my
you got
god!
Wow.
I'm not gonna clap because that's not a good
Horrible.
thing, but
This is like-
it's bad.
Like yandere level.
Well, technically, sim can be also. I feel like sim can go both ways, right? It can be a girl for a guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's obsessed. It's just like a little crush. But I feel like that's what I use it for, just for fun.
That's not what it means.
Although I do think the Urban Dictionary is probably.
Basically, let me
sounds
look it up.
obsessed.
I will look it up on Urban Dictionary right now.
Okay, then
Irene,
screw
I'd
my
simp for
example
you.
because I am not. Because I'm not obsessed with this person. Because that's weird. I'm not like creepily obsessed with said person. I'm not saying this name.
Oh my god, it's actually in. I don't even have to go to Urban Dictionary because it's on dictionary.com.
No, it's not.
It
Oh my
is.
god, really?
Dictionary.com. Wait, let me. Dictionary.com.
Oh my gosh.
Slang dictionary. Simp. A simp is a slang insult for men who are seen as too attentive and submissive to women, especially out of a failed hope of winning some entitled sexual attention or activity from them.
Oh, okay. Then I should probably.
And I repeat, I simp for you, Irene.
Oh.
While much older as a term, simp massively trended among the late 2019 and early 2020 due in part to a TikTok trend among male members of Generation Z called Simp Nation. The slang has been criticized for stereotyping men such as effeminate, and implies women are manipulative sexual objects.
They need to read.
However, this term is also
Simp
evolving
Nation.
some more general
Please.
senses of liking someone, akin to the slang stan.
Oh.
Okay, no, it is. Simp does not mean stan.
Simp does not mean stan.
No, yeah.
To stand myself, no.
Translation,
Simp
the
for
word
myself.
simp is meant to troll young men for doing anything for a girl to get some attention he supposedly deserves. This was all on dictionary.com.
So it's all just, guys
Dictionary.
being creepy.
The next two, I don't know if you can see that, but the next two on the top the next two definitions are silver fox and single white female.
Oh, I love the fact that silver fox is on dictionary.com.
Sorry, single white female.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Facts, dude. Okay. What were you talking
Your
about?
example, Irene.
My
Yeah, what was your
example doesn't need to be brought up anymore because we use I feel like we use simp in like very like casually. You know what I mean? Like we don't use it for its exact definition.
It's a slur. We shouldn't use it anymore.
How dare you use boomer on me?
That is ageism, guys.
That's ageism.
I think we should just drop this topic.
Honestly, though, is it if it is ageism not also saying that young people are lazy and stupid and like, isn't that also ageism?
Yes.
Yeah, but not
Yes.
all. But,
So
but
it's
yeah,
only
because not
it's
all
just
young
basically
people.
like only ageism when it's to them, right?
What?
I mean,
I didn't hear the question.
like it's basically they're just using it as a one-way street because they don't acknowledge it when they're being ageist to us, but they do when we are being ageist to them.
I feel like ageist is like, I mean, unless it gets like political to the point where they talk about like how
the only time
the only time ageism is brought up is when it's like, oh, you can't use boomer on me.
No,
I don't have a
legally brought up is like you can't fire someone just because they're old.
Yeah, like I feel like they never legit. Yeah, like they never ageism feels like such a fake thing unless it's used legally or politically. Like ageism is such a fake thing because there's no social ageism, is there? Like
no, they're not being oppressed.
Yeah,
in fact, they're so entitled they can't be oppressed.
Yeah, old people are so entitled. Like, bruh.
Back in my day, let me phrase that. There are some very good old people. Like my grandparents are actually really good old people.
Yeah.
I feel like wow, Bobby, that's I can't call it nepotism, but like
my grandparents were both hippies, Kate.
You're biased.
Oh my god, my dad
Your grandparents were hippies?
Yes.
My dad was
a
in
hippie.
high school. My dad was in high school when hippies were a thing.
Yeah, my dad was in like junior, senior year, I think.
Irene and I have
my dad didn't do the drugs though. He had the long hair, he listened to the music, he went to concerts, that's it.
I found another good definition. This one's actually on Urban Dictionary. Simping is a man who goes against the bro code and puts hoes before bros.
I feel like that's just kind of like I don't know. Is that a real definition?
No.
I don't.
Bro code is like there's not a lot of tenets of the bro code, and most of them are pretty simple, and they're not like.
I feel like the bro code is fake.
No, it's not fake.
Okay, Bobby, what's your definition of
just
the
everything
bro
people
code?
know. Like the bro code is the ones I can think off the top of my head are don't flirt with your other guy's girl, bros before hoes, don't use the stall, don't use the urinal right next to another guy. And that's really all the ones I can think of.
That's literally just common sense. That's
the bro
just
code is common sense, Kate. It's just like written down.
But it's also
where is it written?
In our brain, I don't know. It's not written down. It's just in the brain. It's what we call it.
Okay, fine then, Bobby.
Tattooed on his wrinkles.
Yes. But I mean, obviously, I think it's pretty obvious the stupid bros before hoes thing is.
Let me rephrase. Like, bros before hoes doesn't mean, like, guys before women. What it means is, like, don't just cancel all your plans because one girl like gave you like a hey, just like don't simp is basically what it means.
Don't let people simp if they want to. Okay. But
if you simp, you're not a good bro.
Well,
therefore, you broke the bro code.
And
oh my god. I just don't know. I just hate the term bros before hoes because shouldn't call you.
Yeah, it's kind of outdated to be honest. The only reason people use it is because it rhymes.
Oh, yeah, that's the perfect reason to use it.
Because, like, honestly, don't cancel stuff because of your girl or don't cancel stuff because of a random girl is not as catchy.
Chicks before.
It rhymes.
No.
Shouldn't
it be chicks before chicks? Because it's a bro code.
No, that's her. She's talking about the inverse.
We're talking about for the
girls.
I mean, who's to say?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's up to you. It's up to you. What you want. You know?
I'm gonna use
like people like nice guys and neckbeards don't adhere to the bro code.
I'm pretty sure neckbeards don't even know what the bro code is.
No, they don't.
Oh my god.
Neckbeards don't really understand anything about like social thing. Like, have you gone on r/neckbeard cringe? It's bad.
Oh, no.
Why isn't Rachel or Yumi talking?
Because they're embarrassed.
They don't always have to talk.
They don't want to be associated with us, which is completely fair.
Not true. Not true. Soft spoken. Not true, guys. I like you. Please still be my friends.
What's another
Rachel's
thing?
Like, there's all my friends. There's Irene, Yumi, Sanjana, Shweta, Kate, Taylor, and Johnny.
Johnny.
Robbie?
Robi? I forget the white guy's name.
Wow, your name's difficult.
These are standard white guy to make
It's
sure
not
that
a joke about my name being difficult,
Jesus
Shweta. It's a
Christ.
joke about her not caring who I am.
Bob E.
Bob E. Yes.
Bob E.
What were we even talking about before this? It doesn't matter.
Your
What's something?
mom.
What have we been doing recently? Just like over the
Your
summer.
mom.
Okay.
Sorry. Bleep that out.
Then
Okay.
response to mom.
Oh my god.
Our
What
birthdays were this weekend.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that I had a birthday. Okay. Yeah, I was
How
never
old are you
born,
now?
you guys.
17?
I'm 17.
Yay!
I know,
Yay.
it's great.
We're
Yeah.
all the same age now.
I know.
Dancing
November.
queen. Young
Yeah.
and sweet. Only 17.
If you're a sugar daddy and you DM'd me, I'm 17. Don't even. Don't. Anyway.
Okay, I'm not gonna. Wait, what? You can.
What? What?
No, I was just. Ooh. I was gonna say on the topic of sugar daddies.
Yeah, we
I
shouldn't continue with that, but if you want to add on, go ahead. I don't mind.
No. I was just gonna say that I have a friend who's now going into sophomore year who has a sugar daddy, and I don't understand how.
Oh.
It's
Questionable choices being
Exactly.
made.
Oh,
She's like, yeah, sugar
okay.
daddy got me and all my friends and stuff, and I was like, you sugar daddy? Excuse me? She's like, yeah, sugar daddy. And it's why?
If I had one, then I don't think I would tell anyone. Like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'd be ashamed, but like, I go her, I guess. I don't know.
It's actually kind of fun when you exploit them for their money. And you not give them like anything in return.
Shweta speaking from personal experience.
No, I'm not.
Back in my day,
It's just the easiest one to do because it's like nothing really, you know?
My
Just sell
favorite.
it.
He is speaking from experience.
If you
My
wanted
favorite-
okay, here's the thing. If you really want like a concert ticket or something that's really expensive, like a new gaming laptop, like what's the fastest way to get money?
Legally.
She had
you
a
know, you
point.
got a
She
point,
has a
though. She got a point,
listen,
though.
if
She
you got
got a
something
But there's
better for
also
it, okay?
I
doing
mean,
it
you could also, like,
legally and
rob
then
a
not
bank.
going to jail, which is nice.
Yeah, but that's like you're more likely to get arrested robbing a bank than if you just, you know.
Send
Or
Yeah,
gambling.
that's
Go on,
Hey, that's all I'm saying. Never.
Alright.
That's not from personal experience. That's just
Uh,
a thing that you should think about if you're going to. Once again, live your life as long as you're not. Okay, what were we even going to talk about after this? Did we have like a thing?
Thoughts are school are.
I think it was like old school, like things that happened in the past.
Oh yeah, but I was also going to talk about just how our summers have been, as
We
you
can
know.
talk about our summer next time. Now is old time.
Next time, but I don't have that many old stories without making it sad.
Oh,
I don't have any old
Did I
school
ever tell you
stories
what-
because
Did you
my
ever-
brain
you were in my
decided to
homeroom, so you
erase
might have
it.
seen this happen. Did I ever
What?
tell you about the one time a girl sat on my lap?
Oh yeah.
So basically,
Ew.
we were in class, right? And I was reading this book, Watership Down, horrible book. Hate it.
ew, no.
We do
Oh,
not
no.
I was
recommend it.
reading it, right? And I was just sitting at my desk like this, just like, you know, with it on the book, and I was reading it like that. And this girl's talking to her friend behind me. I couldn't care less. But she just walks up like I'm not there and just sits down like I don't exist. And for like 2 split seconds, I'm just like, what's going on? And she gets up and is like, oh, I didn't see you there. I'm like, really? You didn't see me? A 5'10" guy sitting in a chair. Are you that blind?
Oh
I'm
god,
pretty
that's
sure Bobby. I think you had a simp, Bobby.
No. I already can confirm who this was. No.
You
You know who it was, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
There was no way.
I don't like her at all.
I feel like I know who you're talking about because you've said this story before, and I believe I recognized her name.
Whatever it
pushed
was.
our teacher to like his wit's end. I felt bad for that man.
Oh yeah, and it's worse because we had like half of their friend group in our homeroom. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh my god, I feel so bad for him. But What were we? I had a thing that I wanted to talk about, but I
Old
forgot.
school.
Summer.
Yeah, I want to
Oh.
talk about summer. What I've been doing recently.
Ugh, fine.
What have you been doing?
I've been like writing and listening to music.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, that's
no
right.
one
I saw your tweet.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, yeah,
I
that
tweeted about
reminds
that.
me. I mean, I was trying to
Get it,
find you on
Summer?
Twitter. I don't know what your name is. I wanted to follow you.
On what?
Twitter.
You follow me, I think.
I don't. What? I do?
I think you do. Okay, we can figure this out later.
Wait,
Okay.
Aren't you guys happy that we're like almost done with school?
What?
this whole, like-
you
Yeah, but
mean,
we
like, high
also-
school? Yeah.
Like, the amount of like fires, suicide, like shooting.
Oh
oh,
yeah.
okay. At
fires.
first I thought you were talking about our like just schools in general and like our
Mm-mm.
school districts in general, but then you said shootings, and I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just feel like, okay, the problem about like, the American school system, it makes everyone so depressed, and they're like, oh yeah, children need to go to school to have emotional stability. Like, huh?
Yeah, I don't think
Hilarious.
they understand that a lot of the reasons why kids are, stressed out or even depressed is because of school. Like the
Yeah.
pressure that they put on kids. They're like, "Oh, but you can take a mental health day and I'll understand." Like, okay, but then we get stressed out when we come back and we miss work. And then, we have to catch up on that, and then we have to maybe take another mental health day, and then it's just a whole mess again. I just don't think they handle it correctly. I'm
I've
not
never-
saying I have a perfect way to do anything for it, but it's like, at least try a little harder. Like, what I mean? Hear us out.
Never, ever, ever tell you that you're allowed to take a mental health day.
Oh,
They,
well,
they
they
never.
don't, but like,
I feel like that's a strategy so that they try and get it so you don't take it.
well, okay, no teacher.
How does that work?
Well, the thing is,
Like,
no
if you don't
teacher
know
has
about it, you don't
told
know.
me, like, specifically word for word, you can take a mental health day if you need it. But they say, it's very vague the way they say it. Like, if you need
It's
an extension or
disguised.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's disguised. But I've never actually emailed a teacher when I did take a mental health day last year. I never told them that I was out due to mental, health. But because I don't like doing that. Because the teachers, it's already like, I don't know, the education system is already flawed when it comes to that stuff. So they're going to make it a bigger deal than it is. When really I did need like a good day to just get my mind a little together because I wasn't doing well for that week.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Remember that one day where like, I had like perfect attendance, and the one day I got really, really sick, and I didn't want to go home because we were getting our tests back.
Oh, our math tests.
Yeah, we were getting our tests
Oh,
back, and I was like,
God.
I don't want to go back home. I want to look at my test. And I started bawling in the middle of art class, and you're like, Shveta, go to the nurse.
Yeah, dude. Listen,
Honestly,
saying
no offense,
math
that's
test
the
made
most
my heart rate go up
perfectionist
significantly.
thing I've ever heard.
Huh? Sorry.
No offense, that's like the most perfectionist thing I've ever heard. That I've got to go see my math test. Just go home. It's okay.
No.
Honestly, I would have done that like
perfect
in
attendance.
sophomore year. I would have done that in sophomore year, honestly.
What happens is I don't know if this is lucky or unlucky, but when I get stressed out enough, my body has a physical reaction where I start to vomit. So that means I get to go home as sick.
I have done many a times last year, meaning junior year. Many a times I have come into chemistry class sobbing, and I've gotten extensions on work. And it's not like I wanted to, but she's retired now. Was the most understanding teacher I've had. Well, not the most, because like she was still like, there was still like occasions in which like she would be like, there's not really an excuse, you've got to have this in. But like she definitely is like in the top 3 teachers of like understanding, because I've had occasions where there's been drama, and when I had my concussion, she was very understanding. There's been a lot of extensions that I've received from her because she cared a lot, which is really nice.
You know
But
what I think?
Yeah.
it's like the police. We're like, yeah, there are some really, really good, like genuinely kind police, but they work for such a bad thing that, like, you can't really say that you exactly enjoy the idea of the police. Like, yeah, you have really good teachers sometimes, but like, they work. So you can't exactly say that you enjoyed the idea of
You know
high
what?
school.
What the problem with schools and like just America in general?
Yeah.
The problem
I'm gonna go for an extra 15 minutes or something.
with schools in America is that people that they have somehow gotten an idea in this brains and they've somehow gotten the idea into our brains that our work is more important than our health.
Yeah.
Which is not true.
And I know in my
for the
head.
workforce and everything,
The amount of times that like I've seen my friends and myself have breakdowns over something that could have been dealt with the teacher, but like we just have a deadline, so we have to cry it out and like continue with it. It's just so painful to see us go through that and then be like, oh yeah, I got a B. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and what am I doing this for? A letter? Like, come on. Like,
I started letters the moment I walked in and realized, like, after the first day, I was like, okay, it's time to work. I need to re-strategize. So now I aim for B's. Like, I'll go up because the thing about grades is they're not measuring how smart you are. They're measuring how much effort you put into it. And the way I see it, if I want an A, I have to focus all my effort into that one class, which makes the other classes go down. So what I try to do is aim for low B's because that way I'm evenly distributing all my effort among all my classes. So I may not be a straight A student, but I'm trying my best to hold consistent grades overall.
Also, just for the rest of the podcast, I know we're saying our teachers' names a lot. I don't mind bleeping them out and our school name, but just like keep that in mind for the rest of it. That's all.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is going on public things.
Yeah.
We're publishing this.
Well, no, it's all right. I can bleep whatever we done out, like some.
That's why I try. That's why I like said America.
No, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
The best teacher I ever had. I won't say his name, but he was our 10th grade history teacher. I literally.
He made me cry.
Are you sure?
Listen,
I just
the time writing, and he the next day gave it to me, let me take it home, and said, "Oh, just finish it by the end of the marking period."
Didn't you never do it?
No, I did it.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, like,
I would have. I would have.
No, I would have because I'd be too stressed out. Just like the last day of the marking period, and he's like, "Where's the timed writing?" And I'm like, "What timed writing?"
This is giving me real vibes. Hey, Mr. Lit teacher, where's my essay grade?
He just forgot to grade his essay.
I once scheduled a retake for a test in that lit teacher's class, and he kept pushing it back until it was in the third marking period. Just in the second marking period, he pushed it back until it was mid-third marking period, and that's when I finally took it. I'm like, I've been stressing about.
I love that for you.
I get all the stress from this.
Oh,
I don't know if we had the same like 10th grade history teacher or whatever, because there was a DBQ that I didn't do in the first marking period, and he was like, "Yeah, just do it whenever," and I didn't do it at all. And at the end of the year, I was just like, "What about this?" And he was just like, "Do not worry about it. I'll give you an A on it." And I was like, "Cool."
He made the finals like obsolete.
Yeah. Oh my God, when he switched up the final, the plan for the finals on the other teacher was so funny. The look on that teacher's face was beautiful in a bad
You guys
way.
think it's funny, but I had to take the brunt of that because I was in his class.
Oh wait,
I was in the other teacher's class.
No.
He was just like,
no, we're talking about SNT.
The co-teaching. With
I thought you were okay, because my teacher, he also was very stressed about that too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. I think I heard briefly about that. Yeah, I don't know. 10th grade was good but bad. Like
I had a great 10th grade
for me.
Yeah,
overall. Yeah. Should we like stop dissing our teachers just a little bit?
Maybe.
What?
Okay. Some teachers
Yeah.
Standardized grading. The best thing to ever happen.
Oh God, yes.
Do you want to rant about
Yeah.
standardized testing?
Oh
No,
no.
No.
No, grading, not
Harder.
No, I
testing.
know.
Grading,
Just reminded me.
I know we were talking about like the grading, like A's and B's and like stuff like that. But like there should be a standardized way to grade all that stuff for like most classes. I'm just saying. Like
You know the one class I want standardized grading for? Math. You know the one
Chemistry.
who will never ever accept standardized grading as long as he lives?
The
You know
math teacher.
Math
the
teacher.
math teacher.
Yeah.
As long as he lives, he will not accept it. And that
Oh, yeah.
makes
Are your schedules out?
I feel like he would laugh in your guys'
no, the
faces.
schedule's
No, they're
probably gonna
not,
come
right?
in like August.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
people
there's
like
one
really
class that
couple of
makes
days
no
like
sense for is math because like screwing up one number, the idea that screwing up one number shouldn't affect, and as long as you show the process, that's literally for math, and he refuses to use it.
Well, the
Yeah.
IB doesn't do that either.
I mean, yeah, that's because we take this thing called the International Baccalaureate,
We're
which
doing this thing,
sucks.
International
And
Baccalaureate.
what?
We're doing this podcast
Do
for
you
the
say that-
International Baccalaureate.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
It's all
welcome
right.
to our IB podcast.
You're
Today
not
we're going
IB.
to be talking about how much we love the IB. I
10 out of 10.
personally love the IB because I love international things and baccalaureate things. Yes. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. You know, I want to talk about something fun because I don't know. I just like talking about.
ATLA.
Yes.
I just started
Oh
watching
my
that the other
God.
day.
Okay, here we
Oh
go.
my god, guys, I'm on my 6th watch through right now.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
That's cute.
There you go. It's on Netflix now, so if you guys have Netflix, you have no excuse. You
Yeah,
have
I'm watching it for
Yeah.
the first time
Is it
because
Legend
my
of
friend
Korra?
was like, "You
Good
have to."
job. We're not
If
gonna spoil
anyone
stuff.
wants to see if anyone wants to have editor's notes or anything, I can give you guys my limited edition boxed edition of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You have. Oh my
What?
god, you're
You
amazing.
want to see what I got the other day?
What?
What?
I got it at Target.
This book explains what happens to Zuko's mother.
I already read it.
So
Oh,
cute.
this nerd.
It's a
It's
comic
good.
book that explains what happens to
Yeah.
Zuko's mother, and it has
Yeah.
it has
Very
author
good.
commentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
Also,
sent that to the
spoilers.
chat.
Well, I didn't show it on the podcast.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
you
sure a lot of people are very happy now.
Yes,
Crap.
Sanjana?
You've never seen Atla?
No, my dad just canceled our Netflix because we don't need it
Alright,
anymore.
well,
That's what
Do
he
you want me
thought.
to drop it off for you? The box
Yeah, get it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm down. I'm
Yeah.
bored anyway.
because it's really really good.
Okay, drop it off on like on our front porch or something. Because my mom is like, no physical contact.
All right. I think I have your address, and I'm going to guard in 1 hour.
Okay.
No, yes, 1 hour. So
Nice.
once I'm done at 8, expect me to drive by your house.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
Okay. Fun.
He shows up.
What?
Standing there, like,
There you go.
Yeah, just have a window open. You just throw it through the window.
Yeah, I'll throw it across the parking lot.
Yeah, do
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Irene, you have no excuse now, so get on.
Yeah.
Irene.
I mean, I kind of need stuff to watch. I'm like getting bored.
What have you
Oh.
finished watching?
Today.
I didn't really finish a series. Did I? No, I was just watching a bunch of like movies that my dad had and a bunch of other movies just for fun. But then I was like, I need like something that's like good that I can actually like think about, you know? 'Cause-
Mhm.
Oh, get a Hulu
You know what I
free
mean?
trial, right?
yeah.
They have like a 30. I can't speak. They have a 30-day trial,
Okay.
and then they have some great shows.
Watch My Hero Academia.
no.
It's a good show.
I mean, I'm probably going to because I have nothing else to do.
There's no anime in this house.
I mean,
it's a good show.
It
Watch
probably is.
Danganronpa.
Okay.
Ew. I
No,
could
not the
get-
anime.
Okay, because the anime,
Video
I got
game.
like less than an like I got like 10 minutes into the first episode. and I was
Rachel, help me
Oh
out
yeah,
here.
yeah. The
Disgusting.
anime
This is
sucks.
disgusting.
Dude, don't even bother with the anime. It's so bad. So
Like,
bad.
Video game is so good. Such a good murder mystery stuff.
the thing
Like,
is,
like
blood.
in the first, are some
kinda
of the
boring.
characters in the first episode, like, you know, when they get into the big room and they were like, "What's going on?" Are some of those characters like actually in the game?
They're all
in the game.
Yeah.
They're all in the game. Ew. Then I'm not watching the playthrough either because none of those people look like high schoolers. I
Yeah, but
hate it. I hate it when people do that.
if you're saying some okay,
Like
keep in mind,
Riverdale.
Kate, that some
Okay.
everyone dies. Wait,
Okay, the thing
Alright.
is, there's so many things that are way better than Danganronpa. Like Your Turn to Die is really good. Zero Escape 999 is really good. I like those two a lot. They're both games, but you know, whatever.
Rachel
Okay.
starts talking about something interesting.
I'll take your word for it.
Irene, it might be a good time to start watching Yuri on Ice.
Oh my god.
You know what? Not even joking though. It's a good show.
Oh my
You
god.
And
can
then
sing the main song.
opening
Yeah.
slaps.
So
It goes
So
hard.
cute.
Okay.
So cute.
I
Every
paid for
song.
it on iTunes.
I'm gonna
Every
change the
song
title
in
of
that
this
anime.
podcast episode to "Everyone Forces Irene to How to Spend Her Summer."
You can
Oh,
watch, but like
no, this-
genuinely though, you can watch My Hero Academia in less than 2 weeks because I did that.
I mean, yeah, I've watched.
I watched ATLA in 3 days. I mean, yeah, 3 days.
Well,
I
Actually,
watched
no, 2 days.
JoJo in 3 days.
I watched it from one day, and then I stayed up all night watching it, and then I finished it the next morning.
Here's the
was
thing: you
watching
haven't really
episode-
experienced ATLA unless you've watched it for 6 times or more.
Exactly.
I
honestly, guys, I'm not gonna say that I'm superior to, but like when
Wait,
it comes
when'd
to
you watch it?
knowledge, I'm big brain.
When'd you
I
watch
watched it when it was first coming out, so like
Oh,
I've watched it like in real time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I watched
Oh,
when I was younger too, like back in the good old days.
And
Now
then
everyone-
Yes.
all new people are
It
coming
was-
out.
Back in the good old days.
I watched, and then also at that time, I believe it was on Netflix too, or around that time, like once it
I
was
think
done,
it was, like-
on Netflix, and so
Yeah.
I watched it with my dad while it was on Netflix. We watched the whole thing again, and then it got off Netflix. And a couple of years later, I found the box set in Target, so I spent like $50 on it,
Oh my
and
god.
I
Worth
I
it.
watched it like 3 or 4 times.
Nice. That's great. Wait,
That's
Taylor,
what
can I ask what episode you're on?
I don't know, honestly. I'm on the one.
Don't spoil.
I think
someone
I
might
just
watch it.
Last.
I
I'm
think I
on
just
speaker
watched.
view right now, so it's really funny.
I think I just watched the one with the scroll and the pirates. I'm
Ah.
early in the show.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah,
early
so
in the
I think you're
show.
still in water.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he's still in book 1. That's episode 1. That's season 1, episode 9.
the
I think.
names.
Okay, when
Water.
you watch
Maybe.
Earth.
ATLA again without like Toph for the first one season, it's like
Okay, but every single time I watch it, I want to punch Katara in the face more and
Oh
more.
god.
Like I used to
yeah.
love Katara
my
when I was
mother
younger.
used to breathe.
She's
Listen.
like, my mother used to blink. And I'm like, shut up, Katara. I hate you. Stop it.
Listen, alright, I have unpopular opinion. I love Katara, but you are right, but I still love her. Alright, fight me. I still love
Back
her.
when
Also, anyone
Riverdale.
who says
Right now,
Can I say
the
something?
virgins.
Can I say something controversial?
No. Go ahead.
Zuko and Toph. Toph is my favorite character by far, but Zuko and Toph, I love them both, but they are essentially rich kids.
and yeah, that's not controversial though. That's just facts though.
Like if you let them, put them in a kitchen, they wouldn't know how to do anything.
Yes, they would.
Okay, but Toph, I feel like Zuko's had to like go out
They
and
have
do
one good eye.
Okay, but Toph lived in the swamp by herself for like a month.
No, I'm not talking
Swamp.
about Korra. I haven't seen it. So it
Oh
doesn't
my
count.
god.
What?
Oh my god. Freaking Tom.
What, Bobby?
I haven't seen Legend of Korra yet, so it doesn't count.
Oh. Sorry.
Ew,
then you
Legend of
don't
Korra is
He
bad.
doesn't want to. I don't know if he wants to see that.
I was like a diehard Avatar fan, but once Legend of Korra came out, I was like, I'm out. Like that show sucks. The only redeeming parts of it are what's the
Varric or whatever.
Did you say Merrick?
Varric.
Okay. Oh, whatever. I don't care. It's the one Earthbender. Who's like Bolin. Friends. Yeah, Bolin and the Fire Ferret. Those are the only redeeming parts of the whole show. And also the whole and also the last episode, that thing that happened at the end of the last episode that I'm not going to spoil, that was also kind of cool, but at the same time you can really tell at the beginning of the show that was not planned at all. They just did that for bonus
it was not built up
people.
to anything. It was so
trash. Literally the writers were like, we didn't plan this. It just kind of happened. We wanted to
just it happened.
Wasn't that the entire show? We didn't plan this.
Organically.
You can tell Jacob's been watching it right now, and he's been sending me videos and stuff on YouTube where he's like, "Oh, this is so funny," and you can tell in the commentary or this things that are said, what's her name? Cora has a crush on what's his name? You can tell that they do not plan that or whatever. Because the show is trash. The show is trash.
Season, those two characters hated each other. I'm just saying, or there was a lot of cheating going on, and I'm just saying, how do you?
It was a kids show, and it was what?
I can't explain it because I would be spoiling. But how does that even work? I don't know. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't want to talk to either.
I was busy being triggered by stupid people. What were we talking about?
What? We're talking about how trash Cora is.
Okay.
Legends of Cora and the character herself.
I was just how the petition to invest the Breonna Taylor petition on the WhiteHouse.gov. I was signing that, right? And I go look at the popular ones, and some of these are just so outrageous. I can't even.
Sorry.
Smuggling the China virus into the U.S. and endangering the national security of the United States.
Stop calling it that. No one can call it that.
Yeah,
I don't
Nancy Pelosi for crimes of treason.
This country needs so much assistance.
No, it doesn't need assistance. It needs a put down.
New York State.
Are you telling people that this country needs to get put down?
It needs a timeout.
Well, listen.
That's it though. The country's acting like a child, and someone needs to. It's like a child with a broken toy. If you don't take a toy away, it's gonna kill itself.
Well, I don't think a child or a toy can do either of those things.
If you have a sharp broken thing and they trip, can.
Yeah, but I don't think a kid would purposefully
ask New York State to overturn recent abortion expansion laws. Oh boy.
Okay, Bobby, how about you turn your phone off and let's go back to talking about Avatar because I know that's something you enjoy.
Yes.
Throw your phone on in the trash or something.
I live in a world where I don't have to look over my shoulder.
Okay.
Avatar. What bender would you be?
Why would you have to look over your shoulder?
I would be an earthbender or a firebender.
I'd be an earthbender or a firebender as well.
I'm a firebender.
I can't speak on that, but whatever.
I thought air or water.
If you had to choose for now.
Right now, I would be an airbender because she said.
All you have to do is make some vague connection, and it's that works. There's water and blood. Okay, you can bend blood now. There's a bit of dirt in that metal.
Bobby, stop spoiling.
Bobby, you're spoiling for other people.
Bobby, you're spoiling it for me.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
I would probably choose fire just because it's fitting, but that's about it.
Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop him, but when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed, and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender.
Oh my God. I'd basically just be your bones are made of minerals, which are basically rocks, and as an earthbender, I can just go snap.
Thank you.
Okay.
But could I not? Isn't that how earthbenders work?
I don't know.
I don't think
you tell me.
I mean, firebenders could technically make a dope ass mixtape.
Wow, you're
Okay,
so
Shweta.
funny. As Cody
Shweta,
Co and
you're-
Noel say, bars. Sorry.
Does that pass the vibe check? I'm not sure if it does.
Do you
Me
pass the
bending
vibe check,
my-
Taylor?
Me bending my
Is that a
mixtape because
question?
that's fire.
Me bending my mixtape because it's fine.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Could you
We're
like suck the air
so
out of someone
funny.
if you're an airbender? Just be like,
Guys,
I mean, probably.
stop.
Probably.
Taylor, you know what? Taylor and I are begging you to shut up.
I feel like these are spoilers.
no, they're
Wait,
not.
do you-
Just
No,
forget
they're
everything
not.
you said here. Just
Do
forget
you
everything.
think? Do you think, perchance, that like? Okay, so if like somebody, if like we were living in like a bending society, do you think that an airbender would be better at airbending if they took like physics or something like that? And like if you would be better at like bending like if you were like a firebender, or like if you were like an earthbender and you took like geology, do you think that would be like
Yeah,
you would be
all
better?
waterbenders are marine biologists.
All waterbenders are marine biologists. This is
Yes.
facts. This is canon.
Right, yeah. We should
That would
make
be
our-
interesting. That would be interesting.
This sounds like a D&D like idea.
You see, who owns like the actual channel? You, right?
Well, technically, I manage it a little bit
Yeah,
more,
like
but
you actually see who the subscribers are.
it depends on if they have their subs public or not. Because some people keep their subscriptions private.
Oh.
They can do
For
that.
what reasons, though? I don't know.
I don't know. Depends on what weird channels people are subscribed to.
Me and all my furry channels.
I had a dream about a furry like 2 nights ago, and it was really.
Oh my
weird.
god, twins!
Oh.
Except my first furry dream. If Sanjana, this is so out of context because you didn't. I don't think you didn't listen to the first podcast. Oh yeah, have you had any weird dreams?
The first podcast, and she's like, "Get
What,
I'm sorry, listen, I didn't know you guys had this.
Rachel?
I will accept that. That is a fair excuse.
Rachel, would you like to share
You
your
have to watch all the
dream with
episodes once we're
us?
done.
Okay, so I don't really remember. I don't remember much of it, but
Okay.
I do remember that I was like in some big house that wasn't mine. It was weird.
Same.
I was in front of the front door. There was like a big staircase, and there were cats just coming out. Not a human cat. Just literal cats everywhere. Not joking. They were covering the entire floor. So they were coming at me.
Oh, that sounds like the best
Studio
thing.
Ghibli movie.
Can I tell you guys about a weird dream I had?
But then
After Rachel.
hold on, I'm not done yet. Anyway, so it's all I remember though. And then like some lady dressed up as a cat, like an actual cat, not a sexy cat, just a
Oh my god.
Don't
She
talk
had
about
to
it.
specify that.
from head to toe, just as a cat, and it freaked me out. And I don't know why. It was so weird because
describe the 2019 film Cats.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that.
it was basically that but creepier. And then she like jumped onto the door, like she
Ew.
stuck on the door.
Ew.
So and then I woke up because my alarm went off. So that was
So
Yeah.
can I tell about my weird dream?
Sure.
No.
So I had a weird
No, you're not allowed.
basically it was me, my dad, and my friend. Let's call her Eliza. We were in this place, right? And it was like a department store, but instead of department stores, it was shelves, and all the shelves had
Try to
like.
stop breathing into your microphone.
Shveta's busy airbending. Let her be.
You just have to see your airbending, guys.
Okay, go ahead, Bobby.
It had like all the different shelves had different like dioramas on them, like from all sorts of things. There was like one from Halo, there was one from all these different video games, all from different books and stuff. And I went up to it. Every time you open one of the shelves, you would be teleported into that world. And it was weird. So it was in the dream there was three. There was mine, which was Halo and the Flood, which was terrifying because I had to like one of the Flood came and like burrowed itself in my chest, which was really gross. And then my dad's was Doom, so I dreamt I was fighting demons. And then the last one, my other friend, for some reason, she brought us to the world of Titanfall 2, which was really weird and out of context. And it was just really weird, but like it made sense. You know, it was like one of those things that made sense in the dream, but you wake up and I'm like, what?
I don't think my dreams ever made sense in a dream either. Like, it just, like, happened, and I was like, oh, okay.
I saw online an ad for something that, like, it was called, like, a lucid dreaming machine, and basically it was just it was just like an eye covering thing, but with lights in it, and it was supposed to like trigger you when you were asleep. Or like you would see the lights when you were asleep, and you realize you were lucid dreaming.
Well, you have to be careful with lucid dreaming, though.
Or else you might get sleep paralysis, which is a real problem.
Yeah,
that like a lot of people have.
Dreaming. I didn't know there was bad things about lucid dreaming.
Well, yeah, there are many bad things about lucid dreaming. Your mind is like,
it's not supposed to realize it's dreaming.
And it's also, like, I'll admit, at one time, I did realize I was dreaming, but it was, like, because I was, in and out of sleep. But it's just, like, the fact that, your mind is such a powerful thing. And, you have to be careful with traveling in your dream and being aware of that you can control it. That's what's dangerous about it. But
the thing is, whenever I realize it's a dream, I immediately...
It's like you can damage stuff.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be that way. But yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, well...
Listen, all of my dreams are either people getting murdered or me murdering people, so...
I think that's good.
Wild dream. Man.
This is, really...
Not nightmares.
This is kind of, like, not fun, but, like, so I've not recently, it's, like, happened over, like, the past couple of years, but, like, once school shootings, like, started becoming, like, really, really bad, I've had, like, a lot of dreams where I've, like, experienced, like, public shootings, which is really terrifying. So, shout out to the American government. Love you.
For making my dreams happen.
Yeah. You guys are really great, and they're totally not terrifying. And also, like, the suckiest part about it is the fact that, like, I rarely ever remember my dreams when I wake up, but I consistently remember those. So
that sucks.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. God.
Yeah.
There's so much wrong with this country. We should spend a whole podcast just talking about every single issue.
Dude.
Oh,
yeah.
Irene,
I got a lot.
did you hear that?
Yes. What?
Did you hear that? Apparently India and China are all buddy now. So.
That's usually how it works, isn't it?
Seriously,
right?
Dude, we're like this close to being a fascist government at this point.
I feel like that's such a bold statement to say.
Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, you're wrong. It's just this president isn't being a president. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that, but
nobody likes me. I'm Donald Trump, and nobody likes me.
I'm a little piss baby, Trump.
Twitter makes fun of me, so that's illegal now.
Is Elon okay, by the way?
Elon?
I don't think so. I think he's experiencing a Kanye sort of situation where he's slowly going to spiral into the point where, like, he's going to announce that he's running for presidency.
Yeah.
like he's here right now, and like in like the next 4 years, the 2024 election, he's going to announce that he's running for president.
Who?
Kanye, not Kanye.
Elon.
Oh.
Elongated muskrat.
Yeah. Oh my god. Should we just end the pod here?
Probably should end it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to like leave in a couple minutes, so probably.
Well, we can stop recording.
This episode of what was our name again?
Far Out Pods. Doesn't matter though, because
yeah,
AirPods.
This is our episode of AirPods.
For once.
Okay.
And also watch ATLA if you haven't.
Please watch Avatar. Don't watch Legends of Korra unless you have a bad taste.
And take everything that we said here as a joke because we don't want to get in trouble. This is
all a joke. Everything except for this podcast.
Right, except for the good things that we said.
And if we said anything to offend you, I'm sorry.
If you
We're making
agree
an
with us,
apology
it was
video in
not.
advance.
If you agree with us, it was not a joke. If you don't agree with us, it was a joke.
With us.
That's our rule.
There you go. There you go. Guys, if this is an apology, we'd have to have fake crying, so, get ready.
I'm so sorry
Okay,
for what I
guys.
said.
Guys, I'm sorry for.
I'm so sorry, guys. I've changed, okay?
I've changed. It's been
I'm
3
so
weeks,
sick,
and I promise I've changed. It's been
Those
3 minutes
videos
since I
were
got
of my
exposed.
past that I'm not very proud of.
You know, I said those things. I acted that way, but I thought it was. Yeah, I regret that. Hi, my name is Shane Dawson. My name is Shane Dawson, and all of my past videos were all in good humor. I promise you.
Proceeds to delete every single video that he has
1.2 billion views.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Have an Instagram live of you just freaking out.
There was this one.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be saying goodbye.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We don't need an apology. Okay.
Yeah. No apologies.
What do we usually say?
Thank you
Nothing.
guys for watching.
Wear your masks, social distance, and
wear your masks, social distance. If you like the video,
have fun.
Like every week, if we
be rad.
And see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Hang loose.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye.